Hi, good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today on this live webinar about understanding scope and purpose of fellowship courses for doctors. I am Ayushi from White Coats. I am glad to welcome you all. Before I go ahead, I'll take a moment to talk about who we are. White Coats is India's largest 360 degrees professional success platform for doctors. White Coats offers personalized growth services, a community of 3 lakh plus doctors, professional opportunities, knowledge articles, clinical cases, and more, plus best in class technology products. So, why White Coats? Because we work as a partner for your professional success. We help you grow your practice under your own brand name. We are trusted by thousands of customers globally for doing business with integrity for over 20 years now. Throwing some light on our partner today, Medigrad. Medigrad is an online learning platform for MBBS doctors where they provide blended courses across multiple specialties, including diabetology, gynecology, cardiology, pediatrics, etc. The majority of learning is done online, and the latter part of the course is covered through practical learning at associated hospitals. So, we have got today with us to join me in this conversation and to give you insights about understanding the role of specialized fellowships in acquiring advanced clinical competence from addition of marketable skills to attain special career goals. Dr. Richa Suhag, Senior Manager, Admissions in Medigrad. And she would be talking about a few programs beneficial for the doctors provided by Medigrad. Dr. Richa, our presenter, has a rich experience of around 10 years in the education industry, where she played key roles in marketing, branding, and admissions. At Medigrad, Dr. Richa is responsible for admissions management, assisting doctors in opting for the right program and supporting aspirants during their enrollment process. Now, without further ado, just a little housekeeping before we get started. If you have any questions, please ping us on the chat box or Zoom chat box. I'll bring them up during our Q&A sessions and we'll solve your queries. Hi, Dr. Richa. We are glad to have you here. Now, over to you.
Hi, Ayushi, and thank you so much for the introduction. And a very good evening to all the doctors who have joined us today for this session. So let us quickly start. I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Dr.
Yes.
Richa, we can see the
Yes. So as we all know that we have joined this session today to learn about the scope and purpose of fellowship courses for doctors. So the very reason why doctors pursue fellowship courses post doing completing their MBBS and MD also is mainly because of 4 reasons: knowledge upgradation, skill enhancement, profile enhancement, and to stay updated with the latest advancements in the field of medicine. Now, the first question which arises in our minds is that how this upgradation happens while pursuing these fellowships online, and how do we gain this knowledge? How does the knowledge upgradation happens? So the fellowships are basically designed keeping in mind that they are, they are being pursued to gain in-depth knowledge in one particular domain. While doing our MBBS, we learn about a lot of things, and we touch all the domains. But when we get into clinical practice and active jobs in hospitals, doctors realize that having in-depth knowledge in one particular domain is what is required, and that is the area where fellowships have a role to play, because the content in the fellowships is designed by highly experienced doctors who have put in their knowledge from wide clinical exposure, from wide clinical knowledge in that particular domain, which they have gained over years of their own clinical experience. And the content is made with a mix of theoretical knowledge, and there is also a vast practical experience. So when all these things are infused together in the course content, the knowledge upgradation happens. The second reason why fellowships are being pursued, from doctors across the globe is because of skill enhancement. Now, how the skill enhancement happens is that the fellowships are blended in a way that they enhance your clinical skill sets by online learning, as well as having the option of going in for practical training at hospitals. So you not only learn the theoretical part of it, you also get a chance to learn the practical part of it by getting attached in hospitals. And then simulation training in fellowships also happen, which definitely helps doctors to gain confidence without the worry of medical errors. And bedside training, which happens along with, senior doctors, senior consultants, for a duration of 1 month, for a duration of 2 months, and in some fellowships even for 6 months duration. So, blending of this theoretical online learning with the practical training helps the doctors to gain the necessary skills in one particular domain. Apart from gaining knowledge and skill, the third most important factor why fellowships are being pursued is for profile enhancement. We all would agree here that having, enhancing our profile in today's age is very, very important. And having a fellowship certificate works like a feather in the cap, because you are able to showcase that you have learned specialized skill in one particular domain and you have in-depth knowledge about that particular domain. So it definitely gives an edge to all the MBBS doctors, and it is a great add-on in the profile. So for profile enhancement, fellowships is one thing which doctors, pursue fellowships is to enhance their profile and their credentials. And the fourth most important point for pursuing fellowships is to stay updated. In today's world, we all know that, medical advancements are happening very, very rapidly, and to stay up to date to the new advancements happening in the medical field is very, very important, especially for doctors, because as we have always, heard always that education never ends, and especially it never ends for doctors. And fellowships helps brilliantly to keep on learning. Because these, as I mentioned earlier, that the fellowships are, the course content is vetted by doctors who have wide clinical experience in their particular field. And this helps the doctors to be on the same page when it comes to diagnosis, medicines, and the treatments. So this is to summarize it in one line, the whole purpose and scope of pursuing fellowship for doctors is to stay updated, to increase their knowledge, to increase their skill sets, and of course to enhance their profile and their credentials. Now coming to MediGrad. MediGrad is, as Ayushi already told, I'll just repeat it once again in a minute, that MediGrad is a Singapore headquartered healthcare focused online learning platform offering blended programs for MBBS doctors in multiple fields. I will come to the various fields where we provide fellowships, and all these fellowships are designed by and vetted by a panel of expert doctors who are senior doctors with many years of clinical experience. And all the programs are in a blended format, which means that it includes online self-learning, which is followed by the option of going in for practical training in associated hospitals, which are there across various cities in India. And all the fellowships are accredited with CPD Standards UK, which is Continuous Professional Development Standards, which is a global body, very renowned body for accrediting professional courses like these, like these fellowships. Now moving on to the fellowship courses which are being offered currently. So we have fellowships in diabetology, in family medicine, emergency medicine, medical emergencies, fellowship in pediatrics, fellowship in cardiology, fellowship in infectious diseases, gynecology and obstetrics, fellowship in critical care medicine, and fellowship in neonatology. For fellowship in neonatology, the eligibility criteria is MD Pediatrics, and for all the other fellowships, the eligibility is MBBS. And all these fellowships are a blend of online learning and then having an option of going in for clinical attachment for a duration of 1 month to 2 months. And in emergency medicine, the practical training part is up to 6 months as well.
Allow me to interrupt here, Dr. Richa.
Sure.
So yeah, as we understood that the learning age never ends and we have to keep on learning. So with that, I would like to ask few questions that would be better for our doctor audiences, so that they can have a knowledge about it, what all they can do with MediGrad courses. So are you allowing me to start our questions?
Yes, Ayushi, I think we can start with the questions.
Sure. So I'll start with our very first, and that's an apt question to start with, Doctor. So what is the scope and purpose of fellowship courses for MBBS doctors?
Yes, the scope and purpose for MBBS doctors for pursuing these fellowships in various fields which I just mentioned. The scope is primarily to enhance their knowledge, to enhance the clinical skill sets, to enhance their profile and credentials, and to stay up to date with the latest advancements in the field of medicine.
Okay. So going to the next question, Dr. Richa, it's the most relevant in today's discussion, that is, if you can elaborate more on which all specialities the fellowship courses are being offered, as just now you told us, but if you can elaborate about us more, that would be great for the doctors.
Right. So I will again, go through the various domains in which the fellowships are being offered. So you have for all these fellowships, eligibility is MBBS, and the fellowships are we have it in diabetology, in family medicine, medical emergencies, emergency medicine, cardiology, infectious diseases, gynae-ops, critical care medicine, and fellowship in neonatology is also there for MD pediatric doctors. And all these fellowships, the duration is for majority of them, the duration of the fellowship is 1 year, which is divided into 2 parts. So for some fellowships, it is 11 months or 10 months of online learning, followed by 1 month or 2 months of practical training in our associated hospitals. The practical training part is, again, it is optional in most of the fellowships. In emergency medicine, 6 months is online learning and 6 months is the practical attachment in the emergency department of our partner hospitals. And neonatology, as I said, is for MD pediatrics doctors, rest is for MBBS doctors. So, and also fellowship in critical care medicine is again, there is an option of going in for a 6 months course, basic fellowship in critical care medicine, and then there is an advanced level also, which is a 1 year duration. And the training is again either 1 month in the 6 months program and 2 months in the 1 year program. So all the fellowships are designed in this blended format where online learning is blended with practical training.
Okay, Dr. Richa. So I'll move on to the next question that is following the previous question. What the teaching methodology for these fellowship courses is available in MediGrad?
Yes, Ayushi, that is a very important question, that how the learning will finally happen once, a doctor decides that he wants to do the fellowship. Now, the learning pedagogy is a mix of both, online and practical learning, as I earlier said. So how the learning happens is, what the teaching methodology is like, that the doctors get access to. There are various modules in all the fellowships. In some fellowships there are 3 modules, and some there are 4 and 5 modules. So for every module and every topic in that module, the doctors get access to topic-wise notes, topic-wise ebooks. They get access to topic-wise recorded video lectures, and these video lectures are again from senior doctors who are specialists in that particular domain. And there are live webinars, which are again taken up by senior doctors. In live webinars, topics are discussed. There are live interactive sessions as well. In the live interactive sessions, mostly case discussions are taken up. Then there are, along with all the online learning material, the hard copy of the books is also, sent to the doctors for every module. The hard copy of the notes is also sent. And then is the practical learning, which happens at the hospital, where the doctors are attached with a senior consultant in that particular domain. For example, if somebody is doing fellowship in diabetology, so they will be attached with a senior consultant diabetologist in the hospital, and the practical learning will happen in the hospital for a duration of 1 month or 2 months, depending upon the fellowships. So the learning pedagogy is a mix of online content, which is available with the doctors 24/7. They have access to it for the entire duration of the fellowship, which means that the doctors can revisit the notes, they can revisit the lectures, right? They can revisit the lectures as and when the need arises. Even for the live sessions, the live webinars, the live interactive sessions, the live case discussions which happen with senior doctors, the recordings are shared with the doctors after the class is over, so that if they have missed out something during the live class, they can revisit it, and they can deep dive into the discussion.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. Richa. So we would want to take a question from one of our doctors in the audience. So family medicine includes what all? If you can let the doctor know.
Yes. So if we, let's deep dive into the fellowship in family medicine. Family medicine is a fellowship in family medicine is a 1-year fellowship, which is divided into 2 parts. First 10 months is online learning, and then 2 months of practical training in the hospitals happen in our partner hospitals. So during the 10 months of online learning, the learning pedagogy is the same, which I just mentioned, that you get access to all the notes and books and everything. And there are live sessions and live interactive webinars and sessions happen, and books are also received by the doctors. And there are 3 modules in this fellowship, and this fellowship is also blended with general EGP certification, which is from Royal Colleges of General Practitioners, UK. Coming back to the fellowships, the fellowships are also blended with additional certifications from National Health System UK or from Royal Colleges UK as well. So talking about family medicine, it is also general practitioner certification from RCGP UK. And once the 10 months of the online learning is complete, then the doctors have the option of going in for 2 months of practical training in our partner hospitals.
Okay. Okay.
And yes. So that is the gist about the fellowship in family medicine. And the course content, it would take a lot of time for me to explain, to deep dive into the course content of the fellowship, because that is very elaborate. So for that, the doctor can, probably leave his number, and we can, send him across the entire course content.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Dr. Richa, thanks for answering this. So we are getting few questions from our audiences. So before that, I would like to first complete our session of the questions. Moving on to the 4th question, Dr. Richa, who are the accrediting bodies for these courses, and who are the partner hospitals? Because this question becomes all the way more important, because, the courses done ends up landing the doctors to better chances, better career opportunities. And this information will make the course buyer, more confident towards it. So if you can answer this question more elaborately, it would be great.
Yes. So coming to the accreditations of the fellowship and the certifications, on course completion, the certification, for example, I will, take fellowship in family medicine only as an example here. So the certification of fellowship in family medicine will be issued from Medigrad Singapore, and all the fellowships are accredited with CPD Standards UK and ICD Norway. CPD Standards is Continuous Professional Development Standards. It is a UK-based global body for globally accrediting professional courses uh, like these fellowships for doctors. And apart from the fellowship certification, a CPD certification is also issued stating that the doctor have completed, for example, fellowship in family medicine or fellowship in diabetology. And both the certifications are issued online and they are verifiable online, and the hard copy is also sent through post on course completion. And the fellowships are also accredited with ICD Norway. ICD is the International Council for Open and Distance Education. And it is a leading global membership organization that works towards bringing online education. And it was founded in 1938, so it is a very reputed body. And Medigrad is probably the only institute in Asia Pacific who has accreditation with ICD. So these are the accreditations. Apart from these two accreditations, as I said, that fellowships are also blended with additional certifications from Royal Colleges and National Health System UK. So I'll just throw a light about these additional certifications as well. In family medicine is blended with general EGP, General Practitioner Certification, which is from Royal Colleges of General Practitioners UK. Then Gynae and Ops Fellowship is blended with Fetal Monitoring Certification, which is from Royal Colleges of Ops and Gynae UK. Medical emergencies is blended with acute medicine certification from National Health System. Emergency medicine is blended with intensive care medicine certification, again from NHS UK. Pediatric fellowship in pediatrics is blended with pediatric certification, again NHS UK. So like these, the fellowships are blended with additional certifications as well from colleges like Royal Colleges, UK and National Health System.
Okay, thanks, Dr. Richa. So we'll move on to our next question.
Yes, sorry to interrupt you, Ayushi. You also asked me about the partner hospitals, right?
Yes, yes.
So our partner and associate hospitals and academic partners, we have a vast, range of associated hospitals which are spread over across various cities in India. Just to name a few, you can see in this slide as well that we have partner hospitals in cities like Delhi. We have Medeor Hospital is there. Then Ahmedabad HCG Hospital is there. For fellowships in pediatrics and gynae and ops. Motherhood Hospitals is there, and it is a big chain of hospitals which have centers in various cities in India like Pune, Noida, Delhi, and Chandigarh, and a lot of other cities as well. Then in Bangalore, Sparsh Hospital is there, Chennai, Bilroth Hospital is there, Annayarul Hospital is there. Then we have, E-Integrity is also our academic partner for the various certifications from Royal Colleges. Then HCG Hospital is there in Ahmedabad, and it's a long list. So depending upon, the doctor who is pursuing the fellowship, which location is the most suitable for him, accordingly, we suggest him the partner hospital for clinical attachment so that it is easy for them to, so that they don't have to relocate for the clinical attachment. KIMS Hospital is also there in entire Andhra and Telangana region. So they have branches in various cities across Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. So like this, we have, a vast list of academic partners in various cities across India.
Okay, Dr. Richa, that makes this course much, appealing for the doctors to do this. Coming to our last question, Dr. Richa. So, which I feel we White Coats team is a bit biased towards is what is the special offering to White Coats doctors community if they want to enroll to MediGrad course here?
Yes. So first of all, I would like to thank, I would like to thank all the doctors from the White Coat community who have joined us today to learn about the scope and purpose of these fellowship courses. And the special offer only for the doctors who are part of the White Coat community is that for all the fellowships, they will get flat 5% concession in the fees. And the fees which is mentioned here, I'll just take you towards a slide which mentions the duration of the courses and the fees. So as you would see that these fellowships are not very, they are already priced very competitively. So like diabetology, for example, it is 76,000, and this fees which is mentioned here, it is inclusive of all the taxes and all the deliverables which I mentioned. And especially for White Coat community, doctors who are part of White Coat community, they will get a special fee waiver of 5% on all the fellowships.
That's great, Dr. Richa, for our community, for our doctors community. So if you would like to add something more regarding this session, regarding the programs that MediGrad offers, or any information that maybe you skipped, if you can say that here, that would be great. Otherwise, we will move on to our Q&A session. We have questions from our audiences. Do you want to move over, or you have something to say again here?
So I can just quickly, because a lot of questions will be, I suppose, will be aimed at what is the duration of these fellowships and how it is divided into the online learning and the practical learning, and fees, of course, would be like one of the major concerns in a lot of doctors' mind right now. So probably I'll just take you through the slide where the course, the fellowship is mentioned, the duration is mentioned, the training duration, and the fees. Mostly all of them, the duration is 1 year, except fellowship in medical emergencies, which is for 6 months online, followed by 1 week of practical training. And fellowship in emergency medicine, which is 1 year duration with 6 months of practical training. Then in fellowship in infectious diseases is completely online. There is no practical training in infectious diseases. That this is 12 months program and it is completely online. And fellowship in neonatology is also completely online and it is for 6 months duration. And for the rest, it is 10 months online and 2 months of 2 months option of going in for practical training. And one more query which most of the doctors must be having is, because most of the doctors are, I'm assuming, are already in, in active hospital jobs or in active clinical practice of their own. So the one concern which many doctors have is that it is difficult for them to take out 1 week, 4 weeks or 8 weeks from their regular job to go for these practical sessions. So this training duration, the practical training, it is not compulsory for the fellowships. It is an optional, it is optional. So if any doctor feels that they cannot afford to take 4 weeks or 8 weeks off from their current job and practice, so if they want, they can skip it as well. The certifications are issued on completion of the online course. And one more thing I would like to mention here is about the assessment. That how are the doctors assessed after completing these fellowships. So the assessment is in the form of online assessment is there, which is multiple choice question based assessment, and it is online. And then since all the doctors, I'm assuming, are already in job, so one more question which arises is that how will we be able to give time to studies and to the fellowship along with our already active and busy schedule. So these fellowships are designed keeping in mind that these are for working doctors who are already have a very busy schedule. So these are self-paced and flexible learning. So you have the access to all the lectures and everything with you 24/7. So you can log in anytime and you can complete the lectures at your own pace, at your own flexible time. And the live sessions, the live interactive classes which happen, the schedule is shared with the doctors at least 2 to 3 days in advance so that they can, keep themselves free during that time. And still in case if because of duty commitments or any personal reason they are unable to attend, then in that case, the recording of the session is shared with them so that they don't miss out on any discussion and any topic. And they can go through it whenever they have time. So this is something which I wanted to add on.
So I must say that all the courses are being prepared, keeping in mind doctor's busy schedule.
Yes.
So yeah. Okay. Dr. Richa, if you would let me share my screen so that we can start our Q&A session.
Sure.
We have got plenty of questions from the audience. So I would like to start the Q&A session. First question that we have got from Dr. RRK is, are these courses recognized by NMA, Dr. Richa?
Thanks for the question, doctor. So a Medical Council of India or NMC does not register any fellowships from anywhere. So they only register MBBS and MD degrees. But as per their guidelines, you can add these fellowships as a suffix to your name. You can add them in your resume and your profile, and you can mention them along with your MBBS or MD qualification. And these are well accepted in the private sector.
I hope Dr. RRK got his answer. Thank you, Dr. Richa. We'll move on to the next question that is about the course fee that you already discussed about. I hope Dr. RRK got his answer as well. I'm sorry if his or her is getting mixed here. One more question is, do you give hard copy of the certificates, doctor?
Yes. So hard copy of the books are also sent by post on once the doctor enrolls for the fellowship, and on course completion the certificate is issued online as well as hard copy is sent through post.
Moving on to the next question, Dr. Richa. So Dr. Fatima is asking the difference between emergency medicine and medical emergency.
Okay. Hi, Dr. Fatima. So medical emergencies, if I talk about the delivery, the course structure, medical fellowship in medical emergencies is 6 months followed by optional 1 month of practical training. And fellowship in emergency medicine is 6 months online followed by a mandatory 6 months training. In medical emergencies, the training is optional, but in emergency medicine, it is mandatory. And if I talk about the academic part, then medical emergencies does not cover surgical. It only covers emergencies related to which can be treated with medicine. And in emergency medicine, all kind of surgical emergencies are also covered in the course content. I hope I was able to
I hope so. You were correct enough. So moving to the next question, Dr. Richa, is how do you test us after completing the course, us as in the doctors? How do you test doctors after completing the course?
Yes. So the assessment happens after completing every module. So for example, if in a fellowship there are 3 modules of 3 months each, so after completing one module, there would be an assessment which would be online, and it will be a multiple choice question based exam. So once you complete a module, that exam is unlocked, and then for suppose a week's duration, and during that time the doctors can attempt the exam. Again, I'm repeating, it is a multiple choice question based assessment and it is online. So one after every module and one would be after completing all the modules. So if the online duration of the fellowship is 10 months and there are 3 modules of 3.5 months each. So in total, there would be 4 assessments, one after every module and one at the end of 10 months after you complete all the 3 modules.
Thank you, Dr. Fatima. So next question is Dr. Richa regarding fees. Is it one time or EMI?
So doctors have the option of paying it in either one go, or we have 2 installment and 3 installment fee payment plan as well. And if they want to go for EMI, then that is through the loan, the loan partners. So that option is also there. So all the options is there: one time fee payment, 1 installment plan, 2 installment plan, 3 installment plan, and EMI option is also there. But for EMI option, since it is through the bank, so the doctors have to submit certain documents like their salary slips and ITR returns and all those things. The 2 and the 3 installment plan happens without any documentation, and the fees remains the same. There is no interest charged, even if you are opting for 2 or 3 installments. The fee is the same as it is for the one time payment. So it is entirely up to the doctors. Whatever they feel they are comfortable with, they can choose that plan, and we will help them, to proceed with that plan.
Okay, Dr. Richa. So one more question, Dr. Richa, is MBBS graduates from other countries apart from India. Can they also enroll in the courses provided by MediGrad?
Yes, they can. We have doctors from across the globe who have enrolled in these fellowships. So doctors from outside India also do enroll in these fellowships.
Okay, so what about their practices? How they practice once they do the training certificate course? Because all the partner hospitals are here in India only, or you have it in abroad as well?
So currently we have only in India, and for doctors who are not from India, who are from other countries, if they are opting for the practical training, then they have to arrange for their registration, temporary registration, the number in the National Medical Council of India. So that they have to arrange. If they get it, then only they can go for the training. Otherwise, they will have to skip it.
Dr. Richa, Dr. Shravani has a question and she wants to ask one.
Hi, Dr.
Shravani.
Yeah, thanks, Ayushi. I have a couple of questions, Dr. Richa. Number one is with respect to the career prospects of doctors who have pursued these courses. I'm sure you track your alums. I'm sure you have a good track record of, a set of doctors who've been certified by MediGrad. Could you throw some light about where are your alums placed, or what has the career graph been for some of them, at least in some specialties? That is number one. Second is a lot of your programs are accredited by bodies outside the country, mostly the Royal Colleges and the bodies in UK. One question that will be running in the mind of every doctor attending this webinar would be this, right? Now that the accreditation is given by a body in UK, what does that mean for me if I want to go there and pursue my career further? If you could throw some light on both of these questions, that'd be great. Thank you.
Right. So I'll address the second question first. So what I understood was that you are trying to ask that if some doctor is planning to go abroad and settle, how the fellowships will help him, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we have many doctors who are, currently who are aiming to go to UK or other countries, and they are preparing for PLAB, and they specifically enroll in these fellowships for their profile enhancement, which was the first point which I said while we started the session, that the purpose of doing these fellowships, one of the main purposes is to enhance your profile. So profile enhancement certainly definitely gives an edge to MBBS doctors who are preparing for PLAB exam or who are aiming to go abroad, because that enhances their profile, it enhances their resume. They also get CPD points for pursuing these fellowships. And once they go there, they definitely get an edge over other doctors who are, just MBBS, who do not have these additional fellowships or these additional qualifications with them. So for enhancing their credentials, doctors aiming to go abroad in UK or any other country, the purpose of doing fellowships is to enhance their profile, to build their resume, and to stand out among, other peers who don't have these additional qualifications. And coming to the first question as to how these fellowships actually help doctors in their, career graph and path. So many doctors who, are planning to work in a particular domain. So for them, if they have the fellowship, it becomes easy for them to shift, right? And as I said, that these fellowships are very well accepted in the private sector. So doctors who are plain MBBS as compared to doctors having these specialized fellowships, they definitely get an edge, right? They definitely get an advantage. And to move up the ladder also, it helps, because ultimately everything comes down to your, the knowledge you have and the profile you have. So doing the fellowships helps you in all these, the two main areas. It not only enhances your profile, it is also actually infusing knowledge into you. It is increasing your clinical skill sets. So ultimately you get an edge over other doctors. And if you have both these things in place, then the career, the career path and the career graph will automatically go up. And doctors who pursue these fellowships, a lot of them also are the ones who are looking forward to open their own clinical practice, and or who already have a, who already are practicing privately. And for them to, build their profile, fellowships really help.
Right. Dr. Richa, going back to another question that one of the audience member is asking, again in the same lines of what I've asked, and because a lot of these doctors want to build their careers based on this, right? Now,
Right.
there's Dr. Fatima, who's been repeatedly posting, probably this is a very interesting lead for you. She's interested in the emergency medicine program. Two questions, right? Is there any age limit? And then is this equivalent to MD in a particular field, or can we work in Gulf countries or Saudi with this? If you could comment on this, Richa. This is for Fatima.
Yes. The fellowships do not supersede the regulatory examinations of any country. So if you are planning to, for example, go to UK, you will have to give PLAB. You cannot just do the fellowship and go there and start working. So it does not supersede the regulatory examination of the government bodies of any country. So that regulatory examination you will have to take. Once that is cleared, you will obviously you will have an edge. If you are planning to go and work in the family medicine or in the pediatrics department, and you have done your MBBS, and there is no age limit. We have doctors who are fresh, who have just done their MBBS, and we have doctors who are 60 plus years of age. So there is no age limit, there is no age bar. Especially in this profession, I think there is definitely no age bar when it comes to learning. And we have doctors, from various, who have varied experiences. So doctors from various countries, doctors from all the age groups, right from, the ones who have just passed out of their internship, to ones who are pursuing their PG currently, to ones who have 10 years, 15 years of experience, and the ones who are like, who are 60 years and above also. So it is a mix of, all demographics, all age groups. So there is definitely no age bar when it comes to learning.
Thank you, Dr. Richa. With this, we come to an end to our Q&A session. Doctors, some announcement for you. You can make a good use of this time and log into White Coats Network app and avail this 5% offer on the courses of your choice. Go ahead and buy now using our code. You can find the link for our White Coats Network app in the chat. And also, if you would like to know more about or engage with more opportunities, more career opportunities in our in your medical fraternity, you can log into our White Coats Network app. And I'll close it with now saying thank you so much, doctors, for giving us your precious time. And thank you, Dr. Richa, for enlightening the doctors with various, program details. I would like to interrupt because Dr. Fatima seems to have one more question here. If you would love to to take this, she wants to know if she have any questions in future, how she can approach Medigrad, or maybe approach you. She wants to
Yes,
know.
yes. So I can share my number in the chat box, if that is okay, or probably you can share my number and she can directly get in touch with me. I will be happy to assist her.
Okay. Sure, Dr. Richa. Dr. Fatima, I hope that helps. We'll get in contact with you. Also, thank you, Dr. Richa, for answering all the questions patiently and addressing us. And for the doctors who have joined us today, if you have any questions about the conversation we have had, please log into White Coats Network app. As I told you before, we have that link in our chat section. And also, we will be uploading the recording of this session on our YouTube channel, that is White Coats YouTube channel. So this is Ayushi. I am signing off. Stay tuned with us for more updates, more information in this in fraternity medical segment. Thank you so much, Dr. Richa. It was glad we are glad having you here. It was a great session, and I hope it helped doctors as well. So
thank you, Ayushi, for this session, and thanks to all the doctors who joined us today. I hope, post this session, you will log on to medigrad.com probably and deep dive into the fellowships which we have just talked about. And if there is any further query or if you would like to connect, I think Ayushi has shared a number, so you can get in touch in that number, and I will be personally very happy to assist you with all your queries.
Thank you so much, Dr. Richa. Thank you so much, doctors. We were glad having you in our session. So thank you and have a nice day.
Thank you.